Everyone, it's 10 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the commission meeting for the Limestone County Commission for November the 7th of 2022 and call it to order. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
Yes, Danielle Miller with Liberty National.
Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind, step right up here to the microphone, please, ma'am.
Hey,
Hello.
so we just wanted to come today and give you all a little bit of information about Liberty National. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it or if y'all have ever had it in the past. We were founded in the early 1900s, serving thousands of schools, cities, businesses. We have a A+ with the Better Business Bureau, Moody and Finch. We currently have more policyholders than any other insurance company in the United States. So we help employers attract and retain employees at no cost. So it would be payroll deduction. We have multiple policies. We have a group term paid up at 65, and all of our policies are portable. So if anybody decided to retire, move jobs, anything like that, they can take these policies with them. They won't stop or expire at the end of their employment. We also have 2 free introductory offers that everybody would get. We have a free $3,000 accidental death policy that's going to cover $3,000 for whoever's the main policy holder, $3,000 for their spouse, and $1,000 for any child living in the household. And they're also going to get a discount card, which anything that their medical insurance doesn't cover, this discount card will pick up and pay the remainder cost of those. We also have dental, vision, hearing, cancer policies, accident policies, critical illness policies. Our main one is our group term paid up at 65. So if you take out that policy, once you hit the age 65, that policy is paid in full. You no longer have to pay on it, but you still keep it. So what we would do is we would come in and we would sit down with each employee just to get a little bit of information about what they need and then offer them policies in place of what they need at that current time, because everybody's different. This person may not need the same as this person. So that's why we sit down with each employee just to kind of get a little bit about what they need. And this is just a little bit of our group term. It is pre-tax, so what you would normally pay around $16 going through any other company, it's going to be about $9.43 with us. Our cash cancers, it's a lump sum benefit. If you have a $3,000 cancer policy, if you're diagnosed with cancer, they're going to pay you that amount in full. It's yours however you want to spend it. We also have a cancer endurance, and what that's going to do is that's going to pay for chemo, radiation, transportation, hospital stay, anything regarding your cancer diagnosis, that policy is going to pay on. Critical illness, heart attack, stroke. Thank
Well,
you.
you finish
go
up,
ahead.
please. We can take.
Sure, I don't want to take anybody else's time.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead.
So it has living benefits as well. So again, that's going to be the chemo, radiation, stuff like that. And like I said, we would just sit down a couple minutes with each employee, 2 to 3 minutes. That's it. So we don't want to take a lot of their time, and just offer them where it's needed. That's it.
All right,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
thank you.
All righty. Ellen, do we have any more today?
We do not.
Today with us, we have Christopher Hogan. He's with the local Boy Scout Troop 21. He's working on some badges for civic government stuff, and he's going to interview some of us after this is over with. I don't know who he's going to interview, y'all. He said he has to interview some local people. So, but now his great grandfather was the sheriff of Limestone County at one time, Hollis Hogan, and I know he's been involved in several things. I know the governor came one time, and he was involved with us helping and giving her a gift and stuff, and he's future leader maybe of the county someday. So, Christopher, if you don't mind, lead us to Pledge of Allegiance, please, sir.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure to see young people getting involved and getting up and doing things. I know it takes a lot of courage to do it, so thank you for coming in. Guess we're moving on to the agenda. First thing on the agenda is I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from October the 17th of 2022. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $3,183,076.63. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Well, it's actually, let me correct that, because it's $3,183,310.63. We had added $234. So you make the motion, Commissioner Sammet?
Yes.
Commissioner Sammet's motion, second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with this amount? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any conflicts of interest or anything coming from the commission today? If we, nobody's silent, I'll take that as a no. Moving on, we have no public hearings, no resolution orders, contracts, agreements, and grants. First one on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve an agreement with the North Central Highway Safety Office for overtime traffic safety enforcement beginning October the 1st of 2022, and it'll be through September the 30th of 2023. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Number 2 on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve an agreement with Katie Henson for the portion of the services coordinator with the Juvenile Probate Office Diversion Program beginning October the 1st, 2022 through September the 30th of 2023. Funding is paid for through the Alabama Youth Services Grant. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet, second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with her? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a lease agreement with the Laosi Group for services at the Limestone County EMA for a period of 12 months. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Next on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a budget revisions from Parks and Recs for $6,700. Do I have such a motion to approve this budget revision?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by, we're gonna go with Commissioner Salmon.
There you
Both
go.
y'all drawing up fast over there. Go with Commissioner Salmon on that. All right. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. We have no emergency purchases, no board appointments. Under personnel action, first on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve the following hires and transfers, which a part of it is to hire Joan Brunson and Phyllis Kraft as council agent part-time van drivers pending a drug screening. Next on here be to hire Cameron Ebert as a revenue clerk effective 11/7 of 22, and to transfer Allison Smith from revenue clerk to appraiser clerk effective 11/7 of 22. Do I have such a motion to approve all of these personnel actions?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with any one of them? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, to approve the following staffing plan revisions. Under school resource officers, it will reflect 9 full-time school resource officers and 8 part-time school resource officers. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? And this will be for a SRO officer out at Owens at the alternative school. No more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have 6 merit increases listed here. Do I have a motion to approve all 6 merit increases?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with anybody on here? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Engineer, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 4 subdivisions for your consideration today. Upper Elkton Road subdivision, this is a minor preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 1. Hampton Hills subdivision, replat of tracks 40 through 45 and part of tracks 38, 39, and 46. This is a minor for preliminary and final, consolidating that into 2 lots in District 4. Briley Cove, this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 10 lots in District 3. And Town Mill Phase 2, this is a major for preliminary, creating 77 additional lots in District 2. That's all I have.
I'll ask for a motion to approve the 4 subdivisions as submitted by the county engineer, Mr. Massey. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion with any one of the 4? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet? Commissioner Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Next, under other business, I'll ask for a motion to sell the following wireless item from EMA on Gov Deals. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by, we'll go with Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet? Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no executive session. At this point, report of officers. Commissioner Sammet?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to thank Commissioner Black for the service that he has done for 8 years now. You've been a pleasure to work with. You've always been good to work with, and I wish you luck in whatever you pursue in the future.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for being there.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Barksdale?
For the next several days, our paving crew will be working at the intersection of Huntsville Browns Ferry and Mooresville Road. So if you could avoid that intersection for a few days, it'd probably be beneficial to you and to our paving crew. And I would like to wish Commissioner Black well in his future endeavors.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Commissioner Black?
Yeah, you know, I had a lot of things that I was wanting to talk about, but I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of them. A little over 50 years ago, my dad was hired as the civil defense director. For the last 50 years, I've been a county employee. I mean, everywhere he went, I went. The last 8 years has been awesome. I don't regret anything that we did. I hated to see the population increase. I hated to see Limestone County change from the rural area that we were in, but I knew that if we didn't grow, we would die. And our employees will benefit from it, our public will benefit from it, and our kids will benefit from it. My employees in District 3, fantastic. All the employees in the county, fantastic. Sheriff's Department, lots of changes going on, changes for the good. Things that happen for a reason. And we don't know why, but those things that come along, sometimes you learn from your mistakes, and sometimes your new moves are the ones that win. So those are important. I'm proud of our engineering department. We've done so many things in 8 years. We were outsourcing every bit of hauling, every bit of paving, every bit of reclaiming, all that stuff in the last 8 years. We've got a department that I'll put up against Rogers Group or any other company in our area. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the amount of money that we've made on our dump trucks that we did. I mean, these are just little things that have to be carried on, but there will be new ideas, and new people need to come up with the new ideas. These things work now, but in 2 years they may not. So y'all just keep doing what you do, and just remember that if this is what Daddy told me years ago. He said, if I ever became a commissioner, the most important thing I remember is where I was from. I remember the employees, and I remember that the richest man is no more important than the poorest man. And if you got a problem, you go to the source. and you handle it. I may have handled some things wrong, but I always believed in going to the source. I always believed in speaking my mind, and I always believed in studying enough to know what was right and what was wrong. With that being said, this has been a great journey. County government has been good to my family, and I'm gonna miss it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Black. Mr. Townsend?
Shut him with before Jason. First of all, Jason, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for, when I got elected, Jason was right there to give me any advice I needed. Darrell?
No, I was glad you was there, buddy.
Well.
You just don't know.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering a lot of questions that, I needed to answer for,
Yep.
because I didn't know, because I was learning. And, but I want to tell you that your service for the county won't be forgotten. You've done a lot of good things for this county, and a lot of things that I'm going to do my best for the next 2 years to continue on. And, but this county's going to miss you.
And I'm not older than you that much, or Colin, but the two things I remember, and now these two gentlemen knew it, because they just a little bit older than all of us. But you've done in 2 years' time, and he has too, answer your phone. That's it. That's number one. If they call at 1 o'clock in the morning, answer it. If they call it,
Let them in right there.
if they call at 8 o'clock in the morning, answer it. That's the most important thing that you can do, is do all of those things. So you've done really, really well. You've done fantastic. Colin here, I didn't know how Colin would do. I knew he was nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs the first meeting we had. I didn't really know if he could read or not till I found out he was dyslexic. I kind of felt bad for making fun of him all the time, but I appreciate all of you. I really do. Darrell was like an old uncle for me, because when Daddy was a EMA director, I'd go to the county commission conferences, and there was Darrell. So he was a constant. And when he got elected, it was good to have him with me. So thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jason. We really do appreciate you and everything you've done.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got.
Well, I mean, like I said, I want to thank Jason for his service. I know he has served more than just here in this county. He has served on our ACCA boards, and I mean, and not only that, he's been NACO and everything with us, and I mean, has really been a pillar block. I mean, it's been a kind of led the charge on a lot of things. I mean, he's always the first guy to jump out and be a part of being something good, and I want to thank him for his service. Not quite as old as Jason, like he said. But for 45 years, his family, just like my family, I mean, we've been back and forth through this business. Grew up in this business just like he did, I mean, and when I grew up, I'm sure he's got the same thing that I had. He said he never would run for a public office.
Never.
And, I mean, I made that oath myself. But, I mean, it was it kind of runs in your family, runs in your blood, and I'm sure that even though he's leaving this walk of life, he'll still be involved in the community and still lead the community. I mean, it's just like our young man here that done the pledge today, Christopher. Like I said, his great grandfather served in county government. I mean, with the sheriff's office. I mean, just like all the rest of us. So but Jason, I want to thank you for your service, and like I said, thank you for your time, and thank you for your help with everything. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I wish you the best in whatever you do. And don't be a stranger. Come around anytime. I mean, just we may holler.
I'll be at the legislative conference December the 7th and the 8th, so y'all can take me out to eat.
Well, we can do it.
That we can do.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're gonna go to McDonald's.
Yeah, that'll
McDonald's dollar menu, but no, just
That'll work.
no. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. I'm like Jason. This comes part of your life, and I know it's hard to walk away from it, but you'll find a service point somewhere else, and enjoy with Velvet. I know you and Velvet. You get her and check on that daughter. I mean, you get that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you make sure she's good. So
Yeah.
But thank you, and I like I do. So I really appreciate everything you've done. And one thing I got on my orange tie today, and I'm gonna bring this up. I don't want to tell nothing from Jason, but which orange has always been my favorite color. But I always get up every morning and look what day of the week it is. What the day means, and the day is Wear Your Orange Day. And I got my orange ribbon on here, which really hit close home me because it's for. The orange, I've always wore, orange was always my favorite color, but it means a different meaning to me at this point in my life than it used to. Because when I read what it meant today, it was the orange is for the color for the diseases that nobody have a cure for, or, for the, the help find answers for things like that, and to help learn to live with a disease that is non-curable. And as most of y'all know, I have a granddaughter that has a genetic problem, and she's down in the hospital. Children's doing great, happy as a lark. She's got a long road struggled life, but they got her happy, got her settled, and so this orange means a different meaning to me today than it used to. Just like, Jason, the county government means, when you've been a portion of it, it means more to you than it used to. And,
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, young man, if you ever decide to run for public office, it becomes part of you, and so. But anyways, with all that said, I know we've all want to wish you the best, and we'll move on, and we will adjourn until 10 a.m. on Wednesday, November the 16th. 2022 for an organizational meeting, which that is just to adopt the rules of procedure. To be no business taken up in that except for to adopt the rules for the year, and that will be this coming Wednesday. And thank everybody. And I want to thank everybody for being here.
Thank you.